So for this problem, we're comparing mixed numbers, improper fraction, and decimals. So what I want to do is, if I have decimals, I want to leave those as decimals, because I think it's easier to compare numbers when they're all decimals. So the first thing I'm going to do is change this. A couple things you could do. You could put the 5 off to this side, okay, and then put 5 point something. So you know you're going to add something here. So I'm going to change this 7/12. I'm going to change this to a decimal. So remember our song, a fraction is a division, so you don't have to make a decision. You take your numerator and divide by your denominator. So 12 doesn't go into 7, so I have to add a 0. And then I pretend 12 goes into 70, or how many times would that go in? So let's do 6 would be too much, 5, yeah, let's do 5. So 5 times 12 is 60, and I'm left with 10 left over. Add another 0, and then I'm going to ask myself, how many times does 12 go into 100? And so again, you can estimate for this one and say, let's see, I know 10 would be too much, so go to 9 would be too much, 8, let's try 8. So 8 times 2 is 16, oh, 96, perfect. So it's going to be 8. And then I'm going to be left with 4 left over. I'll add another 0. 12 goes into 43 times, gives me 36. So I can see that this is going to keep repeating with the 4. Or sorry, with the 3. So I'm just going to put this line here. But the most important thing you need to do is remember to add this decimal part back over here. In the previous video for this lesson, I do encourage you to change this to an improper fraction first, just so you don't forget this whole number, because that's the most important, that's the most common mistake that students make. So then I'm going to look at this 11/2. So 11 over 2. A fraction is a division, so you don't have to make a decision. You take your numerator and divide by your denominator. So 2 goes into 11 5 times, gives me 10, 1. Oh, 2 goes into 10 5 times. So this is going to be 5.5. And now that they're all decimals, I can compare them. Oh, and I can see that these are the same. So we'll just make this one first. It doesn't really matter. You can make this one second. But if I'm going to compare 5.583 repeating and 5.6, I look at the first one that's different. So I can see 5 is less than 6, so this is going to be third, and this would be fourth. So the order I would put that in is 11/2, 5.5. Again, you could have this reversed. That's totally fine. 5 7/12, and 5.6. So that would be ordered from least to greatest.